So this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit and keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Orders checked in for trouble. Osman comes in for Porter. Alex Caruso checked in for Collins Sexton. And Anthony subbed in for Garland.
And right there, I like how Adebayo takes some time, stands the floor, makes a selfish play.
And that was good.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight one.
It is. It's a big one. And load the place. Pass to Austin. It is 154 left in the first quarter. To the inside. It's 3-on-3 on the back break. That's through Anthony.
He will tolerate, though he's going to be aggressive.
On the basket, Richards. To the right end. To the middle. Fernando. And the defense Rockies checked in for Bruno Fernando. Bruno's gone 1-2 from long range in the first half. And then he gets to Caruso. Here's Austin, defended by Bridges. Up to the Adebayo. Inbounds. Atlanta will take this up.
This is talk about valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
Derek Favors checked in for Atlanta. Is Barrett on the wing. And he gets the whistle. Two coming up.
And it's Barrett with terrific positional side, which allows them to create openings for the defenders.
That's also good. So he hits for free throw. 51 seconds left in the first. Outside Anthony. Outside Cody. And another miss by Cleveland.
Where do you see him with such an open look?
Oh, yeah, when they Favors runs down the court like that, it helps open up the offense.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. There's 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Adebayo passes to Austin. The wing jumper up top.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down.
This is who you want leading that play. A short passer with great awareness.
Outside Anthony. To the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And our match courtside at Game 7 as this series comes to a head. Well, what are you guys seeing from the Hawks? What are you thinking about their performance?
On the defensive end of that first quarter, they were just getting up instantly.
Yeah, they were very physical, very aggressive. They just been a better team so far.
They got Portis. He's out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Caruso in the shooting guard. Going like here in the second.
Working in that mid-range area. The analytics may not love it, but that's a good look for them.
Can't get us together.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
He went for the two-hander on the slam. You see some urgency coming in there. Trying to break free. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
One thing you can say about Trey Young, different on any basketball game he plays.
And the Cavaliers go with a different look here. Andre Drummond checked in for Bam Adebayo. Kevin Porter comes in for Jay Austin. Colin Saxton is checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Garland in for Anthony. And then for Atlanta, John Collins, he's checked in for Brown. And Gordon subbed in for Jared Fate.
Sexton has to just keep developing his court awareness. You want to see more passing from him.
In the corner, Collins with it. Gordon inside. In the left block, he sends it through. Gordon's got his second basket of the game.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there.
Drummond. Collins with a nice lead. Atlanta leading by 5. O'Barrett. The rebound. It's not going to go for him.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Hold up.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a grown
Bridges finds Curry. The Bridges. Hold by Saxton. Porter pulls it in. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Cleveland. Big three.
Too small down there.
What makes Drummond a great rebounder, not just his size and athleticism, it's his tremendous anticipation.
And a bad pass for first turn under the game.
All that height you got in there. Stop playing.
For Atlanta, they've got 1-6 in the field. It's been a rough period so far. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That was a miscue. I like the poise they played with so far. Valuing each possession.
And guys, one of the emphasis for the league is to really crack down on the legal screen.
Yes, the last few years, the rule changes have tended to benefit the offense. This evens things out a bit.
Sexton. Now, here's Riley. Recovering. And that one's good by Porter.
He's an asset in helping space the floor. He has tremendous touch from range.
Archer with a ridiculous rebound and drive and cover 66. Curry shooting from the floor.
He's a natural born scorer who leaves everything out on the floor. Young, simply,
The Hawks shoot their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The Hawks making a change here. Bridges checks in.
As we got closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Sexton dishes the Drummond. Inside. Looking out the boat. It's a three. Others not. And the Hawks leading. And it's Putin finishing it up.
And we all know Gordon isn't just a layup. He's going for the throwdown every time.
Garland dishes the Porter. Pass it to Porter. Kick out by the Hawks.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe it.
Oh.
Stolen by Garland. Porter kicks to Garland. Outside, Sexton. And another miss by Cleveland. The Hawks 3 by 4. And that's going to be 2 mistakes.
Yeah, and the turnovers are what stand out. I know they're leading, but it's going to catch up to them if they keep wasting possession.
Eddie Osborne is checked in for the Cavaliers. And a switch here also for Atlanta. JaVale McGee's checked in for William Fernandez. Shooting foul. And it's
Can't let that.
He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on JaVale McGee.
And because of the routine and blazing speed, Sexton can get to the line at a high rate.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Riley's checked in for College Time. And R.J. Barrett subbed in for Trae Young. Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. And Adebayo comes in for Portland. And Anthony subbed in for Garland. Barrett the basket right.
Come on, bro.
It is going by Barrett. on 1-3 from way outside since the start of the second game. The shot by Sexton, no good.
It's close to making the defense a bit happy for the lifetime of protection.
To the paint. And it's Brown missing. Cavaliers trailing. Outside Anthony. That is a minute left in the first half of the game. The shot by Ohio, no good.
And they had some box coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Barrett. They get the rebound.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going and score.
Pass the arc. That one dropped for second bucket. Into the fourth.
And there aren't many players more reliable from three-point range than he is, especially with the team playing offense like that.
Well, it's been excellent. He's relying here today on flawless 6-37. First free throw is good.
What you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard, flash scorer who wants to keep improving.
Alex Caruso checked in for Colin Sexton. Derek Favors checked in for Atlanta. That one is no good.
He wanted to get his feet on the lead, and even though he didn't feel good, at least provide it up.
And contact on the shot. So he is shooting free throws here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
This is his first chance to the line tonight. And now checked in for JaVale McGee. He's perfect for the line in his time. Here's Barrett. Step 5. And that will be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And this quarter, they had the right approach, dropping and drawing, initiating contact, creating opportunities to get to the line.
Here's the second from the line. Here's Caruso. Osman. It's the NBA on the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, hello again, guys, for the Cavaliers. They're 1/2 away from finally moving on in this series. The pressure of Game 7 may be weighing heavily on them, and they still got their work cut out in the second half. And that's all we have.
And we're with you again as our round 1 coverage continues. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Well, we'll find out if we were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
And so in the game for the Hawks, Bridges out there with Barrett. Then it's Collins, and there's Jordan, and it's McGee with the 5 down low. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaps like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
And it's a different kind of defense teams play in the postseason. More in your face, physical, high energy plays like that. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now, here's Garland. Up there for Troy, and Drummond with the chance.
With the flexibility to adjust at the rim, Drummond can catch the pass almost anywhere. We'll throw it down.
It's Collins. Too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And it's Adebayo with the ball for the Cavaliers. It's 3-on-1. Garland landed with a nice touch off the glass. Garland's got 5 good score here and 5 lead changes so far.
You guys, neither team has been able to score.
Inside. Yeah. Now, moving with the back. Shah.Kill. He talks in the lead off the ball. Brings down the lead up the 3 for the 10.
Another reason him with the opponents and
And McGee.
always high to throw that one in there.
Sky, fantastic one-hand jam. And the Cavaliers all time here. When they've gone 3 of 3 for the field since halftime. Okay, time out. Let's check in with David Aldridge.
The guy that was able to catch up with the Hawks head athletic trainer. He's got a pinched nerve in his shoulder, basically a stinger. He's lost all sense of motion in his arm. And for a team currently missing this brutal first-round series, this is really bad time.
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for you. Here's Perry. First positioning on the putback. And the Hawks lead by 1.
He's a terror on the offensive glass. You don't have to run plays for Collins or him to score.
Outside quarter. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Ford gets the ball.
After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed time. But you can't see the rhythm coming out of the half. It's very
Taking here in Cleveland. Now, Cleveland looking up. Back to Sexton. Gordon in the ball.
with this. It's the worst repeated in the close.
Number 3. Good shot. Oh, good. And the tackle from number 1.
And the truth is that this league would have been much bigger had he better.
And to get over the top
Whatever they did right in the first half, defensively, we're not seeing it now.
time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Checked in for Book. Alex Crusoe comes in for Sexton. And Anthony second for Garland. Then for the Hawks, Ron comes in for Willie Stein. And Bruno Fernando subbed in for John Collins.
The charisma, the superhuman workload. Trey Young is built for stardom.
There's Austin. He's got 7. Rebound by Young. The Hawks trailing. Barrett. And
Explosive off the bounce with great body control. Barrett's most effective when going downhill.
Anthony against Young. On the line, Anthony with the bucket. Anthony's got his first bucket of the night. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right there to the bottom.
Come on.
The finish to push. That's ball moved to the right line. Now pitch to the. Then coming up is just from Young. Young's got his fourth assist in this one.
And like a lot of young players, Barrett's working hard to become proficient from range.
Down low. Brown on him. Off to go 7-10 on the field goal. It's nice side for him. It's Brown on the whip.
Oh, no.
Stolen by Anthony. Fernando pulls it in.
Wow.
Good shot. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Leads two. Pass to Fernando. And that one is hammered home.
And in terms of size, he's not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them, thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Outside Anthony.
No.
There's Porter. Atlanta with the rebound. Guys, this offense very effective.
You guys, the defense has been matched. It just picked them apart.
Outside, inside, covering 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nicely jammed.
Breaking out the statue of liberty.
Nice way to tear that liberty, though. You're right.
That's how you set the table, and everybody gets to eat.
And he's out of bounds.
You want the selfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
He's offensively good job for the feet. Lead by 4. And we're at the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back to this short break. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm system of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat. Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up, keep the ball moving. You want to keep the defense on its heels.
NBA playoff, round 1. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. Our first quarter action with the 275 Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's set the lines. On the court for Cleveland, they got Anthony. Andre Jordan down in the court. And it's Caruso right there at the 2 guard.
Have to be careful when Favors shows you his shooting form. He is very effective at looking coach. Why would he draft in the arena tonight? He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark. How about that?
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. All Sexton jumped in for Alex Caruso. And it's Garland in for Anthony. Outside, Sexton. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
This is the consistency he was looking for in the first half. Just taking it down. Like Ron saw that one coming all the way. Great anticipation.
First in for the Hawks. How about that one? So it goes 1 for 2 at the line. Cleveland is through the by 3. To the middle. Here's Osman. The basket here on the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got his third assist on the night. And a stun up by McGee.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. And the whistle holds on the backcourt violation, even over and back.
Wow, take care of the basketball. Something he did a great job of in the first half, but not so much here in the second.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Now, take his time. Two free throws coming up, and then call the screen play. Here's Garland, good for them.
Fearless attacking the heart of that defense. Young is willing to take punishment in his points.
And so Young nails them both.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Now, here's Garland. Started closely.
That's good at coming in.
still has much more room to grow, especially as they score.
And it's Puccini. Richards passes to McGee. Richards with it. It's the bucket and the foul. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And playing with the lead,
They're gonna be our little secret weapon right now.
concerted effort to work the ball inside.
Gonna be our little secret weapon.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Outside, Sexton.
Leave them open to me. Something about it.
Just a solid one back there. That really controls the inside.
Secret weapon.
Richards shot. Good.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
Timeout call the Cavaliers.
And folks can't like what he's seeing, trying to get the result. When you lose even a little edge, look for them to come out much more aggressive.
Adebayo is checked in for the Cavaliers. Anthony comes in for Calvin Jackson. All right, let's get to number 9, 7,
Well, during the break, I listened in on Jamie Bickerstaff's huddle. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get it on the break, and get to the fast break. I just think they do.
And coaches looking to see every advantage, maximize every possession. Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing. Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
It's tipped up. Garland. And the basket is good. It's the last one for one more at the line.
They're taking the arm and still able to beat.
Feels good. Garland. The Hawks lead by 4. On that side. It's Pauls for his 5th field goal of the night. Shooting 5 for 8.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
Outside Anthony. Passes it to Gordon.
There's the McKinney that comes to that powerful as Andre Drummond. He's explosive at 280.
Here's Young. He's trying to go. And he gets it back. And off the Browns are overcome. And the Hawks lead by 6.
And they're controlling the boards here. That's +5 in that category.
Pass to Garland. Looking on the 3. Hawks have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final 10 so far.
Don't stop. Just stay in.
With that tight handle, Trey Young can get anywhere on the court he wants to go.
And so is Anthony bringing it up for the Cavaliers. Here's the 3. Rebound by the Hawks.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
And he comes up with the deuce. And now a 10-point Atlanta lead.
Not only a jump shooter, but he's also a defender with knowing how to get it done inside.
To the inside. And the call on the shot sends it to the line.
Andre Drummond's game has to improve at the free throw line if he wants to be a go-to player.
And the leaders making a switch here. Russo's checked in. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Gordon's checked in. And they double up Gordon. He's thrown in by Juan Adebayo.
I'm fast.
Adebayo's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. But moving the ball around. Collins against Gordon. To the paint. McGee with the block. They retain possession. You got one, he's good. Runners got 9 points from the second half. With 5 seconds. And here's John. He is filtering over Drummond off the hook. Looking at him as well. Then they run 13 from the field inside. It's tipped. And outside. Collins to the inside. The shot sits from the deep.
As John continues to develop his offensive skill set, it's nice to see him show awareness as a distributor.
And the Cavaliers fall time here. They're behind by 9. 35 seconds left in the game.
Give up. Yeah, they'll try to intentionally foul. They can get a quick loop.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Trae Young.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to beat him as much as possible. But he was he kept his head and just stayed patient.
Some players rise to the occasion in the first spotlight, and some will target it. We know what type he is, clutch, and the Hawks are completely neutral on the floor. This one just all but in the money.
Yeah, too many points. Enough.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second game of the game win the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. So we get some both. Time call here. The Hawks decide to target over. They're up by 5. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and he commits the intentional foul. So 15 points, and then increases their lead to 6. Second line is good. He opens the line in 37-point game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
Timeout called Cleveland. They trail by 7. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
I'm out of this hole. I just think they have to focus on the moment. Don't worry about the score. Worry about executing the next play.
Here's Gilbert, and there's a slam dunk to finish it off.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
And Rick, he can get up a few notches higher. With the shot. Use the shot. Guys taking round 1 in what certainly will go down, guys, is one of the most competitive series this year.
And you always love a game set and no disappointment here. And these guys are ready and excited to go around to maybe a bit tired, but the adrenaline is still pumping.
Well, that'll do it for now. You can join us during this first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Owen.
That's 63. Hit both. From Milwaukee. Yeah, that's right. Probably good book.
And a little behind-the-scenes action. The team preparing for perhaps its biggest game of the season so far. Right here on 2K Sports. Traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Our setting tonight. Well, the Eastern Conference semifinals continue here on 2K Sports. Game 2. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan along for the night card. Kenny, with all the switching now defensively, it's so valuable to have a big man who can pass out of those double teams and make plays for other guys.
Giannis, number one. Jokic, number two. LeBron is obviously number 180. Big guy.
Good enough pass to their problem is they
Starting five was Hawks. Young covered there with R.J. Barrett. Bridges. Then it's Shah.Kill. He for the Knicks. Lillard and Durant from the perimeter. Kyrie Irving. And there's Jared Allen. Irving passes to Durant. Bridges against Lillard. Back to Allen. Down to five on the shot clock. To the middle. Nice shot by Lillard.
And he's assisted by Allen.
He's developed a nice passing game.
Looking to go down at the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And once he got to the jam, he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Durant. Back in off the glass. You hear players talk about growing up the first time they ever jumped into a moment. And you can think about it. Things have to be wrong. The first one was wrong when you were a kid. What was the deal?
It's big match of the moment.
Besides that,
Sit here, push like they're more than make it more than that. My first moment. First basketball. I remember how old was I? Third grade. First game ever. I remember putting on a uniform for the first time. Other than that, I never had a uniform. But I remember first house game. Running out to North Carolina. And the last moment is no NBA team does. I kept the next down when we went to Texas. But those are my keys most times.
I remember when it's funny last time I saw the first time.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, exactly. You. I mean, you would be in the literally. I don't remember my first stuff. How old man was
Irving finds Looper. It's ball movement by Brooklyn.
When you watch screen and roll, gives you defense a lot to account, especially when it's not even
And you heard about how this guy is left these days. These centers have all been free agents.
it's just, well, it's just that some of the endorsement bringing this quality of life. In the small markets, catching fire when the market is much sometimes much more difficult, but they can do better quality of life. In a big city, you can be marketed, and then all of a sudden you start losing, and it's quality of life.
And the reality is, the fact that when we play, there's only a couple games a week on national television. Now, every game that every NBA team plays is on national television. The impact of social media, they're just, you can be a superstar in a small market. Look at Giannis, you look at Durant, OKC, Westbrook, you can be as big a star in any market in the state.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer Taylor.
Thanks. Yeah, the Nets head coach and I were able to chat. The coach did not mince words. Told this team that even though they took game one, they have to come out and play with even more intensity and keep their home court advantage. He said so far we just don't serve. Only when it gets tougher, we're running off.
Thank you, David.
And it's often said, this is an era of player empowerment in the NBA. And they dreams are different from when we were. Oh, sure. Because of social media, players are more connected than more than any other time. They do things off the court that we never did off the court. First time I met Greg was in a barbershop. I was like, wow. We weren't planning on meeting. Yeah. Mike the Barber. Shout out Mike the Barber.
Because you didn't have it. Like nowadays, these kids go up and compete and they see each other on a regular basis. They know that
Sometimes it feels like KD doesn't get enough credit for the past. Yeah, sure. I'll make out that.
He played for a number of coaches in the league. If you make a good head coach,
Well, LeBron would be great. CP3 would be. CJ McCollum plays the game because there's a guy. I like guys who weren't like the star and then became it because they understand the guys on the bench how they feel, as well as the star. So senior development's got to come up in there.
That's why a lot of great coaches, it's not that they were the best player, they played on a great team. So they get to see it. I throw another name up there, right now,
Good luck bringing him.
That's the, okay. Great.
I think he would be, it would be fun. It's like a whole team. You know,
Credit Barrett for his ability to be in control. Nice job keeping his composure there. Thanks, Bobby.
Now the first time out called of the game for Brooklyn. They'd like to continue the success they had on Friday night here.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, bench players that contributed to the last game, their bench came alive.
Brown is checked in for Bruno Fernandez. That's the Dragic. Now here's Durant. He has 6. This is Spencer Dinwiddie.
You're not ready. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Defense there from KD. A floater. Dinwiddie shot is off.
Man, I can't believe he blew that give you guys. I know he's frustrated with that.
Shooter in the basket. That one couple missing the going and bucket. And here's Dragic. They bring it up with a couple of minutes. Kevin Fernandez.
Several league changes tonight. 9 teams are giving it.
Yeah, the league has changed hands, and it has stayed in those two.
There's 10 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's KD. On T. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. He's got more in store for you.
I think it'd be best for you to every day.
Well, Durant came out and he's in your face type of player, right? But he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that he is committed to winning as he is.
And we're back for more exciting action from the Eastern Conference semifinal. Get a look at how the offensive performances have gone here so far.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is turn those tough points into things.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Aaron Gordon out there with favorites. Then it's Barrett. Then there's Brown. And it's Shepard in the one.
And Gordon using his cat-like quickness there to disrupt the passing lanes, leading transition.
Fires from the wing. And the concept rolling around the rim. Irving's got 6. You look at when you guys played, some incredible guards. These are the biggest hits.
Well, you know, I didn't have to guard Jordan, and I know that a lot of people like years. I'm sure they played him.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Like guys like Dana Powell, they were tough to talk. Like, they were so small, they could get up under you. You just really pressure them that time.
It was always the guys that most people wouldn't think about.
Yeah.
Michael Adams,
Yep.
Muncie Gold, hated be guarded by them too. And then, you know, there were some guys that just had
You play this Sean Baggins?
oh, yeah.
Hurt the guy.
And here's Young. Scott Ace. To the wing on the left. Richard. Right. Oh, and he's over 1 for the field. That's leading by 4. Down the play. My favorites.
really might stay Bridges get up for his throwdown, boy. Yeah, he's pretty creative for a young guy.
Dinwiddie outside. Bridges begins early, and that's going to be a travel. And now, let's take a look at the players who have stood out and taking high percentage shots in the playoffs. The fourth spot held by Trae Young.
And guys, that shooting percentage of his has been spectacular since the start of the playoffs. He has been completely locked in.
Atlanta calls timeout. Ray Popovich, the Spurs coach, has talked about how the three-point shot is ruining the game. What do you see when you hear that?
Well, he's a participant of that. I'm going to say he's the one that's hardest in the ball. He's a participant of it. But I think overall, yes, because people now take bad threes over good. The players don't have worse shot.
I think they took bad twos just as much as they take bad. I mean, I never forget my college coach said, I had a teammate who shot bad shot. And that's all in the class. And the coach looked at me and he said, hey, don't be yelling at a shooter. He said, I never met a player that took a shot he wasn't trying to make. And that's still with me because you don't shoot it to miss. But that doesn't mean it's a good shot.
6 to shoot. Here's Irving, McGee with the block.
Boy, and the Woodsman he has covered a lot of ground. Very useful for something. Just solid on the one-handed slam.
Guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
The NBA is such an international phenomenon, and he's tearing up this league of some young guys who started outside of the U.S.
Yeah, Giannis, Jokic, and Doncic, they're from the line. He's probably three of the top 10 players in basketball right now. International player. I never think about Giannis as an international player.
Our game's been global for so long now that's a great point. Because we had Max, we had McKee. Some of our all-time greats weren't from America.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Atlanta. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The pass to Katie. On the wing, and the score of the bucket. He's been 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Nice stop from this way. Once the rest gets his feet up,
Rookie shot, good.
that's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. And it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Kenny always fits the winning to get your take. We should appreciate you coming by.
Man, it's great to be here, man. Thanks for having me, man. Happy to be here. This is the best studio show. But we got the best out here by the bar.
Are they paying you well? Are they paying you well?
Not as well as y'all. I tell you what, not as well as y'all.
And Greg, a lot of fun to be joined by Kenny the Jet. As brilliant as he was on the court, he is just as amazing off.
Kenny has this amazing knack of describing what he sees with such clarity. Great gift, and I'm glad he can share it with us.
Bridges dishes to Collins. And Corrales.
Everybody on the big spot, they love to see KD play something like that.
Cauley-Stein grabs the ball.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And he's strong.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. Atlanta making some changes. Bruno Fernando's checked in for Miles Bridges. And R.J. Barrett subbed in for Gordon. 27 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. KD with it. 10 points for him. Still a burst. It's on the 3. Smith Ray. Roberts got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, you look at the shots like that Bert makes, and you have to be happy for the progress he's made because he's worked it.
Johnson finds him in and foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, on the contact, a good call by the official.
It's a bright, young, offensive talent. Young is shy about forcing the action. Takes a lot of risk to the line. When he's at the line.
Very young, he's feeling it tonight. He has been the training horse for the Atlanta Hawks. He was a true standout at the offensive end. He is scoring and is passing. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge on the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're sticking with the game plan. Our coaches really threw us something new for us. They're running out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hello again, welcome to our postseason halftime show. Ernie Johnson along with Steve Owens. Looking at the Hawks, they battled hard, not letting their loss in Game 1 affect their performance tonight. But the second half is going to tell the tale of whether they go into Game 3 desperate for a win or with momentum on their side in a 1-1 series tie. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
This game is all about high strength. This guy's confidence is incredible. When he gets into a rhythm, he takes over again.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
They do some good things, but it's not enough. They need to start being more assertive. Well, hard to the rim. Generate some rebound opportunities at the very least. Do something.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye, Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
That's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. There's Jared Allen. That's Durant. Well, that's the lineup for Brooklyn. How about that strong defensive performance for this half? Mobile 1 block.
And it's a different kind of defense teams play in the postseason. More in your face, physical, high energy plays like that.
So it's Brooklyn now. Here's Tucker. And Tuck to finish it off.
What a chance to turn it
Yeah, they taking advantage of us. Yeah, I got that one.
Three. Off the assist from Young. Young's got his 6th assist on the night. Irving looking over the floor. Outside, 80. That's no good. He shoots by the 10 for the night.
Not sure what the team is doing there. Really a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look. Coming off a big game, his confidence could be higher. And coach knows
showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
And it's Irving missing. Leading by 6. McGee. No points. McGee went for him. Collins trying to break free. And he bends in the lane.
It really balances out the backcourt when McGee is able to provide points inside. I mean, that's big.
Now here is LeVert. 7 points in the game. outside Irving. Over him. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And Shah.Kill who brings it up to the Red Hawks. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game.
I'll tell you what, you gotta like the aggressiveness there from Bridges because he forced the defense that time.
For Atlanta, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 in the line. And Lennox making a switch here. Dinwiddie's checked in. Brown is checked in for Atlanta. Favors comes in for Collins. All free throws good from Bridges.
You know, one of the things that endeared Miles Bridges to his college coach was he was a superstar in talent, but played with a blue-collar mindset.
To the middle. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That first free throws of the game. And he makes the first. He has both from the strong. The Hawks leading by 8. On outside. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half.
Wonderful. It's Allen on the way. Back to Durant.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the key stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead.
AD draws the double to the inside. It's good. First step down now. Just 10 in the basket from Allen.
Well, that's an example of Durant's basketball where it's all flattened up.
That's about 4-7 on free throw attempts in the second half. To the left side wing. Outside Irving. Nails. 2-point basket. Irving should have been down within single digits for the Nets. Atlanta calls timeout. And Gordon subbed in for Miles Bridges. The Hawks lead by 7. On the outside. That's tipped. And the foul for the Bruno Fernando. First foul. The Nets making a switch here. Rockets is checked in. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Paulie Stockton's checked in. That's to Dinwiddie. Passes it to KD. And the ball is going on Dinwiddie's feet. Durant's got 4 points in the game.
If he's thrown to the finish line, Durant wasn't sitting on form. Nobody stopped him. Major dominance in it. Comes so easily for him. Fantastic. And getting to his spots on the floor.
Dinwiddie against Barrett. There's 1:54 left to play in the third. And the basket is good. Young, good.
And this is Young at his very best. Once he gets a few to fall, boy, watch out.
Here's Dinwiddie. Nothing out of the scoreboard for him. Outside Rodgers. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Young. And he comes up with the deuce. It's a 9-point and a lead.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance. I tell you what, it reminded me of one of my college
And y'all gonna do.
That ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Timeout call the Nets.
Well, it's very expressively to the rim. Those kids, simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And the Nets making a change here. LeVert's checked in. To Dragic. From 18 feet away. And that one hits back out. by 9. Inside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. Let's take this chance now to show you the list of the postseason scoring leaders. The first spot up by Trae Young.
And he's taken off on a tremendous scoring streak at the perfect time. I mean, obviously, he's established himself as a premier playoff performer.
Here it against Henwick. And the call is going to be, yes, it is an illegal screen.
In the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Irving's checked in for the Nets. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Hawks.
And well, like a lot of young players, Barrett's working hard to become proficient from range.
Irving passes to LeVert. On the run, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on the elbow.
You want to put together a 6-7, which allows him to bang inside effectively.
The Hawks lead by 10.
Yeah, this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
To the paint. Here's Barrett. And Hill.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention and takes advantage of the forward pick.
Enjoying a 12-point lead as they start this over during the break. They've had such great ball movement, shot selection, and it's field goal percentage. And we got more like getting action as 2 sports. Really have this break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And you can always ask me what these assists over the course of the game. And this one, and if you consider it, I mean, he's a maestro, great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want to point on.
You are back with us live as we bring you continuing coverage of the Eastern Conference semifinals. All right now, it's Eagles on the floor. Courtesy of Peter. Fourth quarter action. Offensive is ready to go. The road right now from the Hawks. They've got John Cutler. Young is out there with R.J. Barrett. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Sportsman at the finish stop. He's the 3-point. Then when he's got the first school on, hopefully he's the problem.
That 3-point percentage has taken and their ladies are just starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way. You know, the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Pass to Irving. And the rejection by Collins. 7 takes the foul. And it's good for 2. Collins has got the lead up to 13 now for the Hawks. And interesting, guys, an assist for the Hawks.
You know, Black's about to have a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their game. That's equally effective all night.
They're just checked in. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our home favorite, David Holden.
I was able to listen in on the next head coach of the Buffalo team. His emphasis was more effort on the defensive end. He said we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting shooting easy work. Let's make it hard on them. Maybe they're going to have to if they destroy the shooting their opponent.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter on. Who's almost like a hit. The take possession. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Brooklyn. By 13. Rich's shot. Good.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field rolls have come from the base.
Here's Irving. And he's trying to drop the glass, but it's no good. So here we go. First chance. Collins passes to McGee. rebounded by Ness. Outside Irvin. Goes up against it.
I don't think there's a single shot that Irving is doing it didn't get so far.
And that's the pass for the Heat. And it's the Heat with the jam.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk. That's breaking it down hard. Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
For Allen.
About 13.
He's capable of banging it home. Every time out a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call plays. The game plan when they come out of this timeout.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Young. That one, no good. And it's not spraying it the other way. Moving with it. And Young picks up defensively. It's deflected.
Boy, a really good shot looking for a wing. Bridges elevates quickly and has an excellent sense of timing.
And that one is good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it. If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
This ball moving up with them. Now the shot is off.
And you can see the defender's afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were like,
Here's Young. The shot is in. Some solid defense there from Irving.
in this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Down with the ball. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
Irving knocking down that 3-6 goal, too. Never rushes anything. Mechanics are efficient and effective.
Hitting inside of the 3-point line. And off the left side of the rim. And the score goes in for it.
I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Here's Irving. And he uses the pass on the left.
How do you defend Irving in the pick and roll? So quick, so good, absolutely versatile.
Holding by the grip. Guarded by McGee. Durant against Garrett. Will go down. Williams got down now to just 10 points. But that Ashman is coming for it. Let's bounce it around the shot. A really great chance. He's in ahead of the line. Timeout call for Nets. They're down by 13. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Player of the game, Trae Young.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game. It is just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Falling into a 2-game hole would have been a disaster, and he knew it. He's done everything in his power to get momentum back on their side in this series. Over from Durant. Hawks lead by 13. And here's Richard. That one goes in.
Hey guys, that's what we're at. And out the X's. Obviously, a huge win here in game 2 for the Hawks.
Again, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way, the other team wasn't catching every lucky breaks, but still.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Trae Young.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Nobody even moving. And it's Katie with the assist.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep. So that's exactly their plan here at the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes. And they came in determined to to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
Allen's shot is off. Just 1 second between the shot clock and
Let's
the
go.
game clock.
He's starting enough. He's starting enough. That's decent. Start this.
17 seconds left in the fourth.
And one step ahead of the defense with that silent three.
And then Green, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Fields in the win.
Beat the crap out of him.
I think this was a game they had to have. And I don't think it's overstated. I agree. I mean, going down 2-0 would appear that it's been a huge role. But now at one game apiece, and with some momentum, anybody's good.
And for this broadcast of the